Glenn Parker, High Vibration Foundation. Thank you very much for joining me. I'm noticing a couple different things. A ton of things I wanted to talk about, but I'm going to focus on one. And that's keeping within the new energy and keeping your vibration calm. So we walk through the world. I'm making phone calls today for retreats in the local area, in the Lake Las Vegas area. And I'm speaking to people and I'm talking to the sales office, and sometimes their expectations are kind of high, and you can feel the backlash sometimes of disappointment, like they had lost a friend or a loved one or a beloved animal or something, that they feel such a sense of loss for something that they didn't already have. And sometimes you can have some backlash in your internal energy. So what I'm noticing now that that's been stated in my energy, is one of two things. Either it's or I don't have this, I don't have that, and everything's wrong, and well, not everything's wrong, but my issue is that I notice what's not here yet, and I hold that as a vibration, and that magnetizes me to that particular parallel reality groupings, rather than what is and living in the now. So I'm noticing that it's like boing, 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 like Pong, little things going back and forth constantly, where I'm either blissful and happy and in the moment, or biting on the nails type of idea, and everything's wrong, and this and that and the other thing, and blah, blah, blah. So there's a million different exercises, quite literally, and more that you could do to keep yourself grounded and to come back. One that was suggested recently by the founders, had a conversation with the founders. I'm working on processing that video so I can put it up, so you'll see that soon. Quite an extensive conversation, actually. Is what they had suggested for me, and I had used, interestingly enough, in the past, was the infinity symbol. And a lot of times I picture it here, and I picture myself as everything, because I have a crazy memory in that I can remember so many things, and I'm trying to hold and maintain all these different ideas of what's going on in this new energy, and sometimes it's overwhelming. So they're like, well, just summarize it down into that you're infinite and imagine the infinity symbol, because that's what you really are. And I found that quite helpful. So, Abraham-Hicks, Getting into the Vortex, Gary Renard, Beyond the Ego, does on and on and on. Bashar has meditations. Tons of the different channels that I like have meditations. I have meditations. Wow. It's feeling your way to one that vibrates and resonates the best with you. And it is also noticing and creating what's called an interrupt. If you can notice, don't beat yourself up for doing it, because it is just part of the process. If you're noticing a more fearful vibration and you catch it, you can create an interrupt. You can do the EFT, the tapping, you can tap, you can notice the infinity symbol. You can have something physically, like something in your pocket that you can pull out and look at. Maybe it's your happy place, maybe it's your ideal place, where you're going to take a vacation, or where you want to be, or maybe you love your surroundings and you just ground yourself into your surroundings. So those are any number of ideas to bring yourself back into a grounded state and into the state of bliss. Because there is nothing wrong. You're immortal. You're playing a game. So you can even remind yourself of that. This is a giant video game, and I'm creating every element in this video game. Let me create the best video game possible. Today was one of the most productive sets of conversations I've had with any number of people on a number of topics. I was talking about retreats today. I had conversations on doing the sci-fi comedy that I've been talking about. I reached out to a lot of different people in that respect with positive feedback and say, hey, I know so-and-so and so-and-so, or send me an email and I'll refer that over. So lots of productivity today, and in what would be considered the fourth dimension. As a fifth dimensional being, I recognize anything that needs to manifest can come anyway. It doesn't need to be mapped out as it was traditional in a linear type of way. So any of those suggestions and ideas and statements are useful. Latch on to the one that feels best to you. It is just that simple. People want, can you give me a method? It's the best method for you. We need to vet out what makes you happy. And pursue that line of energy is the best suggestion that I can make. And thank you, you and you, for watching. Glenn Parker, High Vibration Foundation. Yeah, I had to think about that, boys and girls. It is Glenn Parker, High Vibration Foundation. I've been under the weather the last couple days, and I finally feel better today. And even though the brain is still a little fuzzy. So coaching, life, business, and spiritual, and retreats, boys and girls. Don't forget retreats. And if you do like this video, please do like, subscribe, and share. Just checking in to see if there's anything else that wanted to share, and I believe it's all done.